Bad things. Well said. Icelandic newsroom.
Good morning, you magnificent, perpetually damp travelers on this road of mediocrity. And welcome to Tuesday, October 14th.
Yes, welcome. Today's the day we just admitted. High competence here. It's officially, blissfully optional.
It really is. Welcome to Bad Things Well Said Icelandic Newsroom.
The place where we meticulously track the inevitable collapse of civil order, basically, so you don't have to bother.
Exactly. And our mission today, to demonstrate yet again that pretty much every disaster we're facing is, beautifully self-inflicted.
Oh, absolutely. We've got some real gems lined up.
We do. We're tracking the weather's moral judgment on Reykjavík, that specific punishment by clammy, soul-crushing, misty drizzle. You know the one. Sycophancy.
Ugh, Sycophancy. We'll also dive into the, let's call it, philosophical war between the city and its own swimming pool paint.
Ah, yes, the peeling monument.
It's become a saga, a monument to municipal defeat that just keeps on giving. Or peeling, rather.
And speaking of international moments we'd rather forget, we have to unpack the big one. Our president, Halla Tómasdóttir, over in Beijing, quoting, apparently, Chairman Mao Zedong.
Yes, you heard that right, Chairman Mao. We definitely need to talk about that. It's something.
It is something. And finally, for those chasing that modern dream, getting skinny, we've got a pretty terrifying update on Ozempic. It presents this truly Faustian choice. Get thin or potentially go blind.
Wow. Okay, so stick around, listen till the bitter end, but honestly, you probably shouldn't subscribe.
No, definitely don't. We're hazardous to your comfortable ignorance.
Right. Let's start with the sky, because Mother Nature seems to be making a very pointed political statement right now.
She really is. We're witnessing the twilight hours of what the weather folks dubbed the Empire of Warmth. Remember that ridiculous high-pressure system? The one that gave us this, frankly, stolen October summer?
Yeah, that one. Well, it's dying. It's basically facing a revolution from the north.
The battle lines are drawn up near Svalbard.
Yeah.
A northern low-pressure system is marshaling its forces.
But for today, Tuesday the 14th, we're still living in what you could call the Great Division. If you're unlucky enough to be in Reykjavík or the Southwest, well, you've been voted most deserving of perpetual damp misery. Apparently.
We are absolutely trapped in it. That persistent, clammy, soul-sucking mist, the Dictator, and the temperature, just warm enough to feel disgusting, maybe 8 to 12 degrees Celsius.
Just pure atmospheric discomfort, like the weather itself is punishing the capital for, everything.
Meanwhile, if you happen to live in the north or the east.
Oh, don't even start. The insulting temperatures up there.
Right.
They're basking. Last bastion of sunshine and warmth could hit 16 degrees Celsius. It's almost like politically staged, isn't it?
It feels like it. The further you get from Reykjavik's bureaucratic heart, the warmer it gets.
The universe has a sense of humor or judgment.
But the karma is coming. It's coming due. Just track the downfall. Tomorrow, wind shift.
Yeah.
Southern dominance broken.
And by the weekend, that's when the real meteorological coup d'etat happens.
Arctic air rolls in.
Yep, Norlag northern wind. And the thermal shock is going to be, let's just say, noticeable. Brutal, even.
Especially in the east, right?
Yeah.
They were sitting pretty at 16 degrees.
And they're going to plummet down towards freezing point, frostmarky, maybe 3 to 8 degrees. We basically borrowed summer on a high-interest climate credit card.
And now the bills due. Payable in pure, unadulterated misery.
Misery, perfect word. Which brings us nicely to our next topic, the Reykjavík syndrome.
Ah, yes. Where incompetence isn't a bug, it's a documented feature of the system. Let's talk Vesturbæjarlaug swimming pool.
The peeling monument to municipal failure. I mean, this isn't just maintenance anymore. It's like Sisyphus. But instead of a boulder, he's got a bucket of peeling paint and chlorinated water.
It's the fourth time, right? The fourth time the main pool is closed since the summer renovations because the paint just keeps peeling off.
Fourth time. The city manages huge budgets, builds tunnels, whatever, but is comprehensively defeated by a single coat of primer. Or paint, whatever it is.
But here's the truly baffling part, the philosophical bit. They admit they don't know why it's happening.
Right.
None. They have no plans to sue the contractor who messed up 4 times. Now, call me old-fashioned, but shouldn't they, try to protect taxpayer money and maybe just sue the folks who keep failing?
But see, that's where you're thinking logically, not politically. A lawsuit, my friend, involves something called discovery.
Okay.
And discovery, that means the city's own, possibly catastrophically inept project management might get dragged out into the open in court.
So it's safer to just let it peel.
Politically safer, yes. Safer to inconvenience thousands of swimmers than risk having your own bureaucratic incompetence laid bare for all to see. This is veredast, that it'll all work out somehow, philosophy made manifest in flaking pool liner. It's beautiful in a terrible way.
It really is. And speaking of things we're just accepting, while we're being defeated by paint, we're simultaneously normalizing, like, existential volcanic threats.
Oh yeah, Svartsengi. The magma accumulation under there now exceeds the amount that triggered the last eruption. We're past the 11 to 13 million cubic meter mark.
And remember when that kind of news was? Like a screaming front page, oh my God, headline.
Absolutely. Panic stations.
Yeah.
Now, it's just Tuesday's geological weather forecast, part of the background noise.
It's become Iceland's real national sport, hasn't it? Geological chicken.
Yeah.
We just sit here, watch the ground bulge, and normalize the idea of imminent fiery destruction.
Which, frankly, is probably less embarrassing for the authorities than the swimming pool situation. At least the volcano isn't their fault.
Mostly.
Well,
and is depressingly accurate.
Right.
We've successfully normalized potential fiery death while being utterly bamboozled by keeping paint stuck to a pool floor. There's poetry in that somewhere.
Dark poetry. Speaking of normalization, let's look at a couple of stunning feats of strategic self-sabotage happening in our public sector.
Oh, goody. Where do we start?
Let's start with the Sunderbrook project. You know, the road connection that's been debated for so long, it makes geological time feel kind of rushed.
Vaguely recall it, yeah. Decades. Right?
Exactly. Well, we finally have the environmental impact report, all 500 pages of it, and it is, well, it's a masterpiece of bureaucratic paralysis.
Okay, so what are the options? Does it help decide?
It presents two main options and basically says both are terrible. Option A, a bridge. Cheaper, sure, but it ruins the landscape, probably kills a load of birds, and limits ship navigation.
Right. Not great. Option B.
Option B, a tunnel, fantastically expensive, preserves the view, great. But it needs huge ventilation stacks that will just pump concentrated air pollution directly into the nearby neighborhoods.
So, lose-lose.
Pretty much. And the report's grand conclusion, both options have, wait for it, talsvera nikvearif. Significant negative impacts.
You realize what this document is, then?
Oh, I do. It's not a tool for making a decision, it's a weapon.
A weapon for indefinite delay.
Exactly. It gives every single interest group, every NIMBY, every lobbyist, all the ammunition they need to fight this thing into a stalemate that could last another decade. It's paralysis by analysis raised to an art form.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And the bureaucratic genius doesn't stop there, does it? Let's talk aviation.
Yes. The infrastructure minister's brainwave. This new regulation. If an airline owes money for airport fees, the state can basically hold their planes hostage, stop them from deregistering the aircraft.
Sounds tough. Sounds populist, like you're cracking down.
It does sound like that. Until you hit the fatal flaw, the immediate glaring problem.
Which is?
The airlines, they don't actually own most of the planes.
Oh, right. They lease them.
Bingo! From massive international financing companies, think Dublin, Singapore. These companies own the planes, not Wow Air's Ghost or whatever startup just went bust.
So the regulation is pointless.
Worse than pointless. The CEO of Icelandair, Boge Niels Bogason, he basically shredded it in public, called it ill-conceived. Vanhugsúr.
But here's the kicker, the part that makes it truly disastrous strategically. They're applying it retroactively.
That's a huge no-no in international business, a cardinal sin.
Bogason warned this move absolutely trashes Iceland's reputation.
Yeah.
It puts us, and I quote, in a category with states we do not want to compare ourselves to. Think unstable regimes where contracts mean nothing.
So let me get this straight. In a desperate attempt to maybe claw back a few million kroner from some bankrupt airline.
But government has potentially jeopardized the competitiveness of our entire aviation sector, raising long-term costs for everyone, including you, the listener, flying anywhere.
Precisely. It's the definition of a short-sighted populist solution, creating a massive, long-term, self-inflicted strategic own goal. Just brilliant.
Well, while our domestic infrastructure planning achieves new levels of paralysis and self-harm,
Yes.
our president has been flying the flag abroad on a diplomatic mission to China.
Oh, this should be good. Halla Tómasdóttir in Beijing.
Guest of honor, no less, at some big conference co-hosted by the Chinese government. And, well, let's just say she really, really understood the assignment.
And the assignment was...
Apparently, masterclass in sycophancy 101.
Oh dear. Details, please.
She publicly thanked President Xi Jinping, you know, the guy overseeing the whole Uyghur surveillance state, Hong Kong crackdown, etc.
Okay, thanking the host, maybe borderline diplomatic necessity.
And then lavish praise on China for their amazing record on, you got to hear this, gender equality and green energy.
She praised China for gender equality and green energy. The irony is so thick you could build a bridge with it. Maybe the Sunderbrook Bridge.
Right, but wait, it gets worse. The moment that genuinely made my jaw drop, the quote.
Wait, a quote?
Did she? Did she really quote Chairman Mao Zedong?
Yeah.
That's the line. Women hold up half the sky. I mean, was that some kind of horrible gaffe? A mistranslation? Please tell me it was taken out of context.
I wish I could, but no. All reports suggest it was deployed exactly as intended. Smoothly delivered.
Quoting the architect of a regime responsible for the deaths of tens of millions of people at a state-sanctioned event in Beijing.
It's staggering. It's the diplomatic equivalent of showing up to a human rights conference and quoting Pol Pot on agricultural reform.
It signals everything, doesn't it? Prioritizing politeness, maybe some economic crumbs, over any pretense of standing for democratic values. It feels like diplomatic self-betrayal.
Plain and simple. And the timing. The cognitive dissonance, as you said earlier, it's deafening.
While she's quoting Mao in Beijing, women in Iran are risking death just for showing their hair.
And right here, literally down the road in Reykjavík, the Russian dissident Vladimir Kara-Murza, a man who survived being poisoned twice by Putin's regime, was speaking about the evil of authoritarianism, about the importance of freedom.
The contrast is just. It's unbelievable. It's shameful, frankly.
That's global weirdness in 2025 for you. Speaking of which, quick roundup of other modern moral quandaries.
Please, let's get weirder.
Okay. Ozempic, you mentioned it, the miracle weight loss drug.
Yeah, turns out
the European Medicines Agency has forced the manufacturer to slap a big warning label on it about a lovely little side effect called NAION.
NAION. It doesn't sound good.
Non-arteritic anterior ischemic optic neuropathy. Basically, it's a rare condition that can cause severe vision loss or, irreversible blindness.
So, hang on. The choice is get skinny, conform to the impossible beauty standard, but risk going blind.
That's the deal on the table, the ultimate 21st century Faustian bargain. And the fact that people are still lining up for this stuff, it says volumes about our priorities, doesn't it?
Volumes. Okay, what else you got in the global absurdity file?
Venezuela. In a beautiful, mature display of diplomatic finesse, they've thrown a massive geopolitical tantrum. They just abruptly closed their embassy in Oslo, in Norway.
Why? What did Norway do?
Norway had the audacity to award the Nobel Peace Prize to Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado just days before.
So it's basically the international relations equivalent of flipping the Monopoly board over because you landed on Mayfair with hotels.
Exactly. Utterly pathetic, childish, but also kind of hilarious in its predictability.
Right. Okay, let's pivot for a second. Away from the peeling paint and the Mao quotes and the blindness drugs. Yeah. Let's talk about defiance, because we did have one moment.
We did. A good one.
A beautiful, glorious, ultimately meaningless moment of pure defiance. Iceland 2, France 2, in the football qualifier.
The beautiful game. A valiant draw, yes. Frakia Jaftafle, as they say.
For one night, anyway. We stood toe-to-toe with the world champions, Mbappe and all. We didn't win, sure, but we absolutely didn't lose.
We made the French coach whine about the referee. That, my friend, is a moral victory in itself.
It really is. It's precisely the kind of high drama, high effort, ultimately consequence-free defiance that, frankly, we needed.
I love Captain Hekon Haraldson calling the result insane. Gavake Urslet, you gotta love the optimism.
And the coach, Arnar Gunnlaugson, joking that the goals they conceded were Gully's fault. Perfect deflection. A beautiful, temporary escape.
It was. But okay, reality check. Snap back. Via crime.
Crime. Okay.
Yeah.
From the football pitch to what?
To the literary world. We need to talk about a very, very specialized crime wave. Remember that international book thief, Filippo Bernardini, the guy the FBI knows.
A manuscript thief. He's back.
He's back. And apparently, he has a thing for Icelandic authors. He's targeting people like Olafur Jóhann Olafsson, trying to get his hands on unreleased manuscripts. Again.
Okay, I'm torn here. Should we be outraged or, incredibly flattered?
Right. He's not doing it for ransom, apparently. He just collects them, reads them before anyone else.
In a country where our own schools are allegedly dropping Nobel laureates like Laxness because his books are too hard.
We have an international criminal mastermind committing sophisticated wire fraud because he's that desperate to read the latest Icelandic novel.
He's not a thief. He's our most dedicated fan.
Yeah.
Our most technologically advanced literary critic.
It's absurd. Okay, final destination for today's tour of Icelandic reality.
Where are we ending up?
We're ending up in the afterlife business. Turns out, Iceland's hottest new export isn't fish or aluminum. It's death tourism.
Death tourism.
As in, tourists are showing up, urns tucked in their carry-on luggage, dreaming of scattering dear-departed Uncle Bob over Gullfoss waterfall.
Or sprinkling Grandma Bidrin by the Solfaria Sun Voyager sculpture down by the sea in Reykjavík.
Seriously, the local district commissioner gets about 70 requests like this a year, about half from foreigners. They want our iconic landscapes as their final resting place.
And what's the official line? Can you actually do that?
The regulations are crystal clear. Absolutely not. You can scatter ashes at sea or in designated uninhabited wilderness areas, but you can't just turn a national park or a city landmark into your family's personal graveyard plot.
Makes sense. But wow, it confirms the ultimate Iceland brand identity, doesn't it?
It really does. We've successfully marketed our landscape as so epic, so awe-inspiring.
That people literally want it to be the last thing to place their ashes see. We are officially a premium afterlife destination. Beat that, Switzerland.
So let's wrap this up. A typical Tuesday, really. A day defined by stark contrasts.
Sunny, smug east versus the weeping, damp capital.
Normalized bureaucratic incompetence versus very real, rumbling, existential risk just beneath our feet.
And a president choosing diplomatic convenience and, frankly, bizarre quotes over anything resembling moral courage on the world stage.
Which leaves us with the final thought for you to chew on today. Here it is. Are we collectively more comfortable watching the magma slowly, steadily accumulate under Svartsengi?
You know, the slow, fiery certainty of geological destruction.
Then we are watching the slow, certain, mundane collapse of basic competence in our own public sector. Which makes you more uneasy? That's the question.
Mull that over while you're trying to dry your socks from the Yukusol. This has been Bad Things Well Said Icelandic Newsroom.
And really, you probably shouldn't follow us. Ignorance is bliss.
And this show, this is where bliss comes to die. See you next time.
Disclaimer. The voices in this podcast were generated by AI. However, all information, facts, claims, concepts, and the script itself were prepared, editorially reviewed, and are the original work of a human author.